and go. We're live now. That's pretty neat. Let's go ahead and find the link here. That's likely it. Then we can go all the way up here. That ain't gonna work. I know that. What does that take me to? Nope. Let's see. Can I see myself streaming here? That didn't work. Ooh, that did not work. Let's see. I've got a roundabout way to get this done. That should do it. That was such a roundabout way to do it. I tell you what, that was such a roundabout way to do it. Anyway, let's go ahead and wait for some people to jump in. I'm gonna go ahead and just get rid of these notifications because I'm not trying to see all that. Hey, Fire Bro! What's going on? And Northern Roots, welcome to the first ever stream on this channel. I've been on Bench's stream, SuperBench45. I've been on my friend, well, you guys know him, Fizzle Nuke, he's in Dusk. Been on his streams. But this is my first ever stream, so here we are. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, it is now almost 8 p.m. where I'm at, and I wanted to start this stream maybe half an hour ago at the latest. Since this is the first stream, I didn't know. Oh, let me know if the volume is like the background music is too high or too low. It's hard to really tell where I'm at, but there's just so much that I didn't know how to set up. So. But we're here now. We are here now. Northern Roots Outdoors. Are you in this in this league? Mars, hey, what's going on, buddy? Give out insights on my next battle. Who is this? Are you in midday? I don't recognize the name. Alright, so anyway, Fire Bro, I just happen to be on your game, so we can start here. Why not? We'll go slow, we'll go... Actually, we're gonna look at Fire Bros. Nope, that's not the button I was looking for. We're gonna go to Fire Bros' point of view. Oh, hey, Stish. I'm not gonna do that. Hey, let's just go ahead and kick it off. You guys can hear me all right, I'm assuming. Can you guys hear the background music okay? I didn't even say whatever leaves. Whatever. We're gonna go Gliscor, and we're gonna go Zapdos, I guess. Getting up the rocks. Very, very nice. Wisp misses. This is a Zorua. I have to say that I was surprised that the Zorua was even drafted. But I could see how it would be very useful. Because it's pretty much just like Zoroark. Could be turned down a touch. Okay, let me see if I can get that done. We're just gonna break all the immersion. Link to this stream that I'm using the background music for is in the description of the stream, by the way. Anyway, we're gonna see the Slowking coming on in and pressing the U-turn. I guess I could have turned down the desktop audio. Whatever. Iron Treads, we have C an Araquanid. Getting rid of them hazards, very, very nice. Trying to get out of there. I guess a Liquidation or a random Surf could come out here. And to another Iron Treads, which is clearly the Zorua. Water Bubble. I'm not sure if you're paying attention to that Fire Bro, or at least if you even clicked on it or knew about it. I tunnel vision very often in my own draft battles, so I get it. Chilling Water. Did not take out the Zorua. Memento. Ooh. I forgot. I don't think it brings things in on max HP. I think that just parting shots, but dying. Chilling Water. Not a bad tactic. Going out to the Gliscor. Do we see some rocks coming up? A Volt Switch. A Violite just might be. What's going on, Miming? Rillaboom is here. High horsepower miss. That is unfortunate for KJ. U-turn doing some pretty decent damage, I would say. The good old Timmy boy. U-turn. Iron Treads is here. We cannot use Earthquake, or at least it's not going to do anything to this thing. I don't know if it gets high horsepower or not. Vasculegion anyway. It's not bad. Hydreigon. Never mind, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Uh-oh. Ice Beam. Oh! Very nice. Very nice. Samson, we got Kamala Harris out here. Shout out to Kamala Harris. Gouging Fire. Is this thing gonna just destroy? Woodhammer does nothing. It does get high horsepower. Okay, very good. Is this my Game of the Week series now? Yeah, kinda. I just didn't want to do both my games and Games of the Week. That series there's quite a bit to put into, plus I'm in other leagues. Dragon Claw killing the Araquanid. No more webs for KJ. Flare Blitz. Ooh! That is either a Spadef Slowking, or no, it's got to be Fizdef if it lives, actually. Dragon Claw kills this thing. It's looking rough. An Earthquake's got to take this thing out. Morning Sun, okay. I don't think it takes it out through the Morning Sun. Just about does it. If that was EQ, it would have, but it's going to go down to this Flare Blitz. God, Gouging Fire sucks to battle, doesn't it? I'm not excited. I feel like somebody in midday has it. We see a Cinderace versus Vasculegion. We see a Zapdos switch. Does this static happen? Nope, just suckers. That's very fair, because you'd want to turn into a Dark type against that thing. Samson is here. B-click U-turn. Alright. Into the Iron Treads. Just getting up our speed, I suppose. I'm not sure. Oh, it might need the speed for Cinderace. That's a good point. Speaking of, sucker, does it take it down? I didn't think it would. Earthquake, not a bad idea here. And then we see a sucker again, of course. I feel like Rillaboom comes out. Yep. We're going to get off a nice Grassy Glide, probably. Or not. I don't think you're choiced. But who knows? You might be. I think you're choiced because you switched there. T-Bolt doesn't entirely do it. Yeah, for sure, expecting Sucker. Samson's dead. Bye, Samson. Cutting it down to the wire. Can Cinderace do it? Sucker? It's not going to take out Zapdos, no. No way. T-Bolt, congratulations, Fire Bro, on your first win in this league. Heck yeah. We're just going to go ahead and close the tab. Alright. Whose game should I check out next, chat? Mr. Ric Flair said this is super cool, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick his game. I just don't know which one of these is his. there it is. Alright. We see it's Mars versus Mr. Ric Flair. We see that Porygon Z again. Is this thing Terra like last time? Oh, well, guess what, Mars? I just happened to pick you. Not yours. Actually, for midday, I have a special plan for midday, considering that it didn't exactly pan out to being able to watch some games, while also being able to do some for my live battles. We'll get to that at some point. Anyway, let's try to figure out some leads here. I like a Rabombi here, but I also just like leading Rabombi. Mars, I could see... I mean, Tinglu's pretty good, maybe, except for there's a Rillaboom and a Weavile. Scizor is honestly not a bad lead here. I wouldn't expect a Moltres, really. It might just be Rabombi and Scizor, the two bugs. This is gonna be weird. What, you never watch your own replays? Anyway, that's what I'm choosing. It's gonna be Rabombi and Scizor. Hey, we got one. Ah, just one. That's fine. That's fine. We see the webs. Do we see a rapid spin in response? We see a taunt. Not bad, except for a little too slow. But that's what happens. Ooh, is there a spin? Yup. You got caught, Mars. It's unfortunate. Dragon Darts? Ooh, but it's gonna die. So, those webs are here to stay. Because there's no defog on Scizor, I don't think. Unless, wait, I think it does get defog, it just doesn't get roost, isn't that what it is? Anyway, we see Incineroar taking a shit ton of damage. Flare Blitz, I'm wondering. Did you expect Weavile there? Either way, it's gone. Do we see, okay, we see Tinglu here, probably trying to get up some rocks, maybe Ruination. Could see a Throat Chop, trying to just take down the Dragapult. He watched it over and over. Yeah, I tend to do that with my games too, and I win. That's very understandable. So, yep, Earthquake did end up taking this thing out. Do we see a triple Axle here? Maybe even an SD on the Switch? Triple Axle, okay. Probably not gonna do... Ooh, are you... Oh, it just hit once. That's unfortunate. That sucks. Anyway, Tinglu versus Moltres. Let's see here. Do we see... Okay, we see rocks. Do we see a U-turn, probably? Roar! That's interesting. Into the bundle. Bundle gonna try to... Okay, flip turn. I was wondering if there'd be a Hydro Pump coming out. Tinglu is back. One game I swept with Porygon Z, I watched 80 times, but that's it. I've seen you sweep a lot with Porygon Z just last season. U-turns on out of here. Let's see a Rillaboom. Another Rillaboom. Are we gonna see a Grassy Glide? Okay, Ruination. Alright. Or maybe an SD. Probably, maybe even Woodhammer. Just to really get this thing. A Drain Punch. Not bad. Getting some nice recovery off on a mid-ground. Ting Lu comes back in. Do we see another Drain Punch? I'm thinking we might. A knockoff this time. That's not bad either. You don't want this thing gaining too much recovery for sure. Hey, Pivot, welcome. I don't have the tools that Bench does in the little lower area, but thank you for coming out. We see Iron Bundle in. Rillaboom's probably just gonna destroy this thing. Terra Grass, Ice Beam, yikes. Yeah. Ooh. Is this thing Scarf? Surely you clicked Glide there. We see a Scizor coming on in. Do we see a Knock? Do we see a Swords? We see a Swords. Ooh. We evolved the Swords dance. But the Scizor has Bullet Punch, because of course it does. It's a Scizor. Moltres comes on in. This thing is a boots up. And then we see Raging Bolt. Probably going to click the T-Bolt. Does nothing. Nothing to this guy. I mean, Bolt's pretty free. Bolt's very free, yep. Rabombi goes down, and I have a feeling that these other two are going to go down. Didn't have Glide. You didn't bring Glide? Man. Nasty plot. T-Bolt just takes it down. And then, yeah, you know, I think we all know where this is going. Hurricane miss. Insult to injury. Good game, Mars and Mr. Ric Flair. Very, very nice. Who else is here? Thought webs would be enough. Yeah, that's very fair. I don't know, I guess maybe, was it? Maybe Scarf? Probably should have just maybe calced it to outspeed a -1 bundle. Unless it is Scarf, which could have been. Who is here that wants to see their game next? Miming's here. Stish is also here. We'll try to find Miming since he's here. I don't remember if his name is... Miming, you're... Oh, no! You didn't have your game, did you? Yeah, I was thinking it was Scarfed after it outspeed, which, I mean... How are you gonna know? That's the whole point, you don't. Alright. I think it is time to spin the midday wheel. So I have a bunch of people on this wheel from midday who I may or may not be battling throughout the season. There's only 2 coaches that I wasn't, and I figured, well, I shouldn't just have one stream have one of their games, one stream have another one of their games. That doesn't make any sense. So I'm going to spin this here wheel, and we're going to watch that game. We might do this one or 2 more times tonight. I'm not sure. All depends on the vibes. I don't know even how to say your name. It's word salad sandwich. Let's try it. Let's try your name. Joao Ruben? Joao Ruben, I think is how you say their name. Fairly sure. Anywho, we're gonna go ahead and pull up their game. And we're gonna go ahead and go on to their side since we picked their name. Ooh, very scary. Very scary indeed. I could see a lot of pivoting guys for Joao, I'll say, is the name. Ruben actually sounds more natural, so I'll just say Ruben. I don't know, man. Sandy Shocks, because it's got hazards and can pivot out if need be. And then Maya, I don't know, maybe Gliscor. Predicting that. Also, you can just get up the Toxic Orb right then and there. Let's go ahead and just check this out. We see a Roaring Moon against a Mienshao. Click the U-turn here. We got the Slowbro, okay. Go out into Hoopa, just a lot of switching around. We see a Future Sight against 2 Dark types, alright. And then Corb's here. Do we see an attack finally? The Size Shock doing very little. T-Bolt, okay, it didn't even take it out. I mean, base 80 defense, 4 times weak to bug. Yeah, that's gonna do it. That's gonna do it. Not annihilate. I saw annihilation. Skeletor's is here. My goodness. Florges. We see a Will-O-Wisp come off on the Skeletor's. We see Wish. Song here. Alright, Baton passing out into the Slowbro. Hex does quite a bit of damage. This thing might just be Fizz Def. Very nice Wish there. I'm going to push this up to normal because this seems to be a longer stally game. We see Glare coming on out. Future Sight again. Alright, Headbutt, trying to just paraflinch this thing. Super fair. Does it happen again? Nope. Body Press does about half. Future Sight. Alright. See a Roost. Do we see another Body Press? Yep, you're probably just going to keep pressing that over and over again, aren't you? See another Roost. Future Sight, not bad. Skeledirge on the Body Press. Very nice on Maya. Hex is going to take it out because of the para. Yep, makes sense. And Slowbro's last hurrah. Getting the last laugh. See Florges coming on out here. Selak off from the Skeledirge. Pressing Wish. Alright. It's a very, very, very stally game. Torch Song, don't even matter. That drop doesn't even matter. Corviknight comes in on the sack, probably, yep. And then Torch Song makes this thing go +1. Gliscor comes on in, we see a DD and probably a Toxic Orb, yep. Pretty safe. Another one, were you Shuka? Ooh, that's why. Very nice on Maya's part. Just scouting for that, I guess. High horsepower. Is there a Rillaboom on either side? I don't think so. Heat Crash. Oh yes, he does have a Rillaboom. We see a Fairy type Skeledirge. Hex does not take out the boosted Gouging Fire. These nicknames, I'm just like, what is your real name? Keep getting it mixed up. Slack off. All right. We see a Moonblast coming off. Pressing Hex, a very nice, timely special attack drop from the Florges, taking out the Skeledirge here. We are making some progress, folks. See a Headbutt on the Wish. Are we gonna go out into either one of the others? Nope, we're just gonna stay in, get off some damage, heal off with that wish. Very nice. And then just, I guess we're gonna keep doing that until we defeat the Dunsparce. Or not. A very nice switch, very nice healing up. So this is a free CC. Nobody really wants to take it. Nope. We'll see exactly what this is. It Vacuum Wave? Secret Sword, doing about half to this thing. Hydro Pump takes it out the rest of the way. Alright, yep, there's a Sandy Shocks. Are we going to see a T-Bolt? We're going to see a Terra Blast Ice into the Earth Power. Okay. I feel like the Dunsparce probably has something for Ice. Okay, it just has Glare, which, I mean, no longer an Electric type, right? So it's gonna work. Earth Power takes out the Dunsparce. We see Keldeo coming on in. Secret Sword, now that you're weak to fighting. Crit didn't matter, I'm sure. Mienshao comes on in. We see a Secret Sword because it is faster. A U-turn. Do we see a CC killing the Roaring Moon or no? We see a Dragon Claw because... Oh, well, of course it's faster. Because this thing's faster than Keldeo. So yeah, great game to Maya. And Ruben, I'm going to be right back. I got a call during the stream, and I just want to go ahead and return that. Alright, I am back. It was nothing too major, which is always good. Alright, we're just going to go down the line. We got League Owner Liganine versus Lies of J. Leads. I mean, Samurot's there. It's kind of a guy. Jay's got some bulky dudes. Maybe the Frostlass predicted the Samurott. That's what I'm going to go ahead and say. Let's go ahead and go. We see Slowking, actually. Okay. We see Slowking. I got one of them. I got the Samurott. And we see an Intimidate Quillfish. That makes sense. Ceaseless Edge. I mean, it's free no matter what, right? Any type of spike you can get is a good spike. Do we see a spike back? Yep. The clap back. Do we see some rocks coming from the Sandy Shocks? Yeah. Okay, Hazard Game. Hazard Game, that's completely fine. Ogre Pawn is here. Do we see... Okay, yep. I think Ligo has Terra Ogre Pawn, so he could just Terra and click the Cudgel if he wants to. I don't think it's going to do too much. Ooh, Defiant! Ooh! Defiant into just the U-turn. Yeah, Jay did not remember the Defiant on regular Ogre Pawn. Garganackle versus Torn T. Bleakwind Storm. Doesn't this thing have a chance to, like, freeze or something? A U-turn into the Garganackle. Into this thing, which is getting Salt Cured. For sure. That's what this thing is here for. Ooh, Iron Defense. Okay. Is this thing Terra? Are we going to Terra out of the ground weakness? We are not going to Terra out of the ground weakness. We recover. I forgot this thing gets recover. That's pretty handy. Alright, do we see a Salt Cure? Do we see a Body Press? An Intimidate. Very nice. We see another recover. That's very fair. Ligo could have just spammed Earth Power and kept getting Spadef drops or so. Taunt from the Grand Bull into the Salt Cure. So we're going to see some residual damage, out-damaging the Leftovers recovery. Super Fang, alright. Makes sense. See another Salt Cure, probably just in case there's a switch, so that Grand Bull wouldn't be taking all of this residual damage. We see Super Fang coming out here again. A Body Press. Now, pre-Gen 6, that would have killed, probably. But this is a Fairy. No more Taunt. We're probably going to get taunted again. Honestly, probably could have switched into something that would have handled this, but I guess another Body Press is just as good, considering that Salt Cure doesn't take it out. Does not take it out. Super Fang probably... Ooh, you can't recover, actually. You have to click the Salt Cure, which is it's going to go down to now. Yep. What do we see now? We see the Sandy Shocks. Do we see a Volt predicting some sort of switch? Tinglu, I hope you didn't Volt. Hope you didn't Volt. Scorching Sands. Alright, yep. That's fine. Unfortunate that you didn't get the burn, but it's okay. Ogre Pawn comes on in. Do we see a Ruination? Yes. Alright. We could see a Terra, and we could see the move. I said it before. I have a Cudgel. Yep, there it is. Almost taking out the Tinglu. Whirlwinding into the Vile Plume. This thing does not die, ladies and gentlemen. I will tell you that right now. Leech Seeding the Tinglu. Does it take it out? Not entirely. But Tinglu's gonna... Oh, I thought that Tinglu would have went first. I don't know what its speed stat is. I've never really used Tinglu before. It should take it out now? Yep, there we go. Alright, Vile Plume. Proving that it's one of the greats. Frostlass is here, and this is a free freeze dry. The freest freeze dry in the world. Triple Axle, we see a physical Frostlass. Alright. I love that. I love that. Are you mixed, Jay? Are you mixed? Not mixed. Okay, that's fine. Taking a lot of residual from these hazards. Ceaseless Edge, very free. It's always free. See Sandy Shocks coming in. I'm wondering why you didn't just Ceaseless again. Barrage, didn't want to risk the poison, I suppose. Reflect. This thing gets screens, I completely forgot. What are we gonna do now? We see more screens, okay. Now we have equal amounts. Hey, Lego! What's going on, buddy? Alright, do we see the triple axle again? Yep. Yeah, it's gonna kill certain screens. Didn't even need that crit. Do we see Samurai here? Nope, we see this guy. Which is very fair considering that it's faster than everything and can kill stuff. But there's Ivy Cudgel is curse bodied away. We are not seeing the Terra move now. Iron Val is here. Can it do anything into the screens? Let's find out. CM, alright. U-turn. Do we see a Vile Plume? We do see a Vile Plume. Are we going to affect Sport? No, we can't, because this thing is special good. Or clearly. The Payapa Berry. Ooh. Sludge Bomb taking out the Val. Let's go. Let's go. Do you have Giga Drain for these guys? Doesn't matter. We see Ogre Pond coming back in. The Psychic Noise. I think, yeah, Heal Block. Not like it had healing moves anyway, but we're probably going to see a Cudgel, because why the heck not? Yup. And there's no way that Garg lives Cudgel at all. Didn't even live hazards. I couldn't remember what HP was at. So great game to Leganon. And Lies of J coming in right in the middle of your game. Bro is coming back for sure. Anybody else in here that we haven't seen their game yet? I might just pick a random one. We're gonna watch Fizzle Nuke versus Josuke's butt. That sure is a username, by the way. Gen 9 Ubers match here, ladies and gentlemen. Gen 9 Ubers. Hopefully they saw the announcement. I think that's something that we need to fix in the sheet. But that's fine, you know, it's fine. Gotta go build for a game. Alright, Lego. We'll see ya. A very nice Snowy Kurama on Josuke's team. So I think he's gonna win. But Fizzle's got a lot of crazy stuff on his side for sure. If we don't see Alolan Ninetales, we'll see Mew. And I want to say Fizzle leads off with the, I don't know, maybe the Volk. I mean, it's got coverage for literally everything on this team. I mean, it can't have it all at once, and it probably doesn't have it for Zoroark, but, I mean, Donphan is... I think it gets Energy Ball, but Donphan's Energy Ball. Satitan is Fiery Dance. I think it gets Earth Power. I don't exactly know. Bug Buzz, and then probably gets 2-hit KO'd. So, Volcarona, Ninetales. Everyone, make sure you're liking the stream if you haven't and you are enjoying yourself. Very much appreciate that. Go to slow, and let's go. For Alligator. Oh. And Ninetales. Okay, we got one. We always get one or none. Metagross is here. We're going to probably see a Heavy Slam, possibly. Probably Heavy Slam. Let's slam this thing. Dark Pulse. Can't say I've ever seen it really run Dark Pulse, but there's a flinch, which is something. We see Mew coming out here. Do we see the Heavy Slam? Yep, there it is. I don't know if Metagross gets a knockoff or not. Knockoff would have been a cool mid-ground for sure. Shadow Ball, we've seen that before on a Mew. Knockoff, there it is. We are going to see a Specs getting that out. Does Fizzle switch? Into the P2. Synchronize, tracing that. A flip turn, alright. Do we see Satitan? We see this guy. Oh, well, the snow ran out, so it makes sense. We see Knock, getting rid of that. A Violite, yep. Thunder Wave, probably expected a switch, just in case there's an Ice Beam. Earthquake does a lot of damage, and there's the Ice Beam doing nothing. Are you AV? You might be AV. You made so many misplays in yours. Alright, Stish. You could do me a favor and make like every misplay on Thursday night. That would be super cool. Anyway, we've seen Earthquake as the Aurora Veil goes down. And here's Ninetales, put that back up. Terra Water Liquidation. I remember seeing that, I think this morning when I woke up. Big, massive damage. I've never seen Feraligatr drafted until this gen, I'm going to be honest. Play Rough does not hit. I don't think it was going to kill it anyway, to be honest. Feraligatr's bulky. But it's also fast, this one. Ooh, it wasn't going to kill. But it would have been a 2-hit KO at least, so that miss definitely mattered. Very unfortunate for Josuke. He is down 2 at the moment. Tentacruel comes on in. We see a D-Gleam taking out the Feraligatr. A very nice little sack on Fizzle's part. See a Clodsire coming in. Are we going to see some hazards? Possibly an Earthquake. Water Absorb! Nice. Stealth Rock. Very good. Very good turn for Fizzle. Dawn Fan comes on in. Do we see an Earthquake here? Probably, right? Yeah. Does nothing because this thing is bulky. That's a lot of damage. Did you recover? Toxic? That's just fine, honestly. You can just switch on out of here into... I don't know, Volk probably, right? Mimikyu. Ooh, that's even better because of Rapid Spin. I didn't even register that Fizzle had a Ghost type on his team because I just saw the Pikachu-shaped thing. I was like, oh, it's Pikachu. Play rough, knocking off the Mimikyu. You probably could have gotten, ooh, a red card. Ooh, it didn't actually do anything. I wonder why. Is it because it got knocked off? Red card users, please let me know. We see Metagross coming on in from the Tentacruel. Dazzling Gleam, not going to do anything. Are we going to see a Quake? Quake is easy. Quake is free. We see a Flip Turn. I don't think Zoroark's come out once, except for, you know, right here. Psychic Fangs. Dead. Very unfortunate. So this thing is dead to a Psychic Fangs too. You could probably just afford to, or you can get a crit Surf. Mew is at nothing, so maybe Psychic Fangs would have killed there too. Mimikyu comes on out. We're probably gonna see, okay, Shadow Claw. I'm assuming that the what's it called does not have a Psychic move, the Volcarona. Shadow Claw there. We're just gonna whittle this thing down. Just a war of attrition between the two. Shadow Claw takes out the Tentacruel. Very, very nice. And then it's Mew versus the world. Do we see a Shadow Sneak? We see a Shadow Sneak to preserve the 4-0. Good game to Fizzlenuke and Josuke's butt. This is Fizzlenuke's first draft league, probably since Gen 7 or so. That was during Gen 7. It was probably Sun and Moon. Not Ultra, but Sun and Moon. So very nice comeback from him. Alright, let's go back to the wheel. Let's go back to the wheel. We can get rid of Ruben. We can get rid of... I put in Mia. That's supposed to say Maya. We'll probably just do one more of these and then play out the rest of the games. Fabian King. Actually, Stitch is here. Stitch, should we do your game? I'll let you pick, man. Are you there? Alright, we'll just watch Fabian's then. Let's see here. Where's his? Ooh. Against a very heavy hitter. The winner of the off-season, Cryptidana. Honestly, it could have went to Midnight, but I figured, judging off of an off-season. Carmarie's just hiding behind the hammer. Oh, that's funny. I love it. I hope that was on purpose. Probably wasn't, but that's very funny. I love it. It's just like, what's that fifth slot? Alright. Probably I could see two things from Fabian here. Either the Swampert to get up the hazards. Ooh, 3 actually, because there's a Grimmsnarl. So Swampert to get up the hazards. The Colossal to get up the Terra. Martin V Trans style. Or Grimmsnarl for the screen. So I'm probably going to go ahead and say Colossal because I like that idea. Anna's probably going to go Scar Armory to start setting up the hazards. Let's go ahead and play the game. We see Como. Oh, actually, okay. We see Tinkaton. Alright, so. Oops. I think Tinkaton just recently got a sprite, didn't it? Because I played Tinkaton recently and it wasn't animated like this. I think it was still just this sprite here. So that's a nice little change. Anyway, we see a Clanger's Soul Terra Normal. Very scary. What does Anna do in response? Just presses the reflect. Okay. Fair enough. We see a Flamethrower doing a lot of damage. And a light screen. So we're probably going to see a switch into Ceruledge maybe. Or just sacking it off for a free switch. That makes sense, actually. It makes a hell of a lot more sense. Sneasler's here with a balloon. Boom Burst does not take it out, does remove the balloon, and the Unburden is activated. Close Combat just pops this thing right in the face. That's to be expected. Greninja comes out. Do you have priority? Okay, nope, we just see a switch into the Swampert. It might have the helmet. We see a knock on the Hydrapple switch. Assault Vest is gone. An Ice Punch doing nothing through that reflect. An Infestation, that's interesting. I would have thought that there would be an Energy Ball or a Giga Drain or something. But hey, it can't switch now unless it has Flip Turn. So, Giga Drain here, right? Yeah, getting all that HP back. Very, very nice. And Infestation just kills it. Which, you know, that's what it does. Ogerpon's here. I don't think this thing dies to a Cudgel. Doesn't matter. Ceruledge is here. Ceruledge is probably Flash Fire too. Trailblaze on the Switch. That's pretty good. Not gonna lie. Do we see a knock? We see Terra Grass. Swords Dance. Okay. What does Ceruledge want to do? The same thing. Okay then. This thing can get cudgelled for sure. Whoa, never mind. I forgot about the Flash Fire, and so did Fabian. We're both bad. Bitter Blade. Hey, Blaze is here. Were you here earlier? I don't think so. But yeah, I'm assuming that you're talking about the Ceruledge. Bitter Blade, it does a lot. Wow. Do not sleep on Ceruledge. I think even with a +1, this thing's gonna just destroy. Bitter Blade, you're probably a Flash Fire. Yeah, lots of Flash Fire in this game. See another SD. This thing is gonna destroy. We see a Spike. I recognize Necro X Win. I recognize your name, but I can't say that I know who you is. Oh, the Ogerpon was named Blaze. Yeah, I don't look at nicknames except for when I do, and I clearly didn't this time. Like one time, I was in a match against a buddy of mine, and he nicknamed all of his Pokemon to taunt me. But I didn't even notice that they were nicknamed because I was just looking at the animated sprite. I just kind of tunnel vision. So, the plan here to catch you up here, Necro, is I'm in midday. So I'm just gonna go through midnight and dusk, and then just pick a couple of games off of a spinning wheel for midday. And I already did my spinning. I did 2 spinning wheels. I'll probably just do 2 or 3. This is the first time we're doing this. This is a little test run. So the rest of the games here are just going to be midnight and dusk. I could probably do... I'll do more midday next time, I think. Where were we? Let's find out. The Scald doing nothing. You can burn this, yes. Okay, that's very, very lucky on Fabian's part. I don't know if that saves him, though. Rotom comes in. We see some spikes. I don't think Rotom gets Defog anymore, but it does have Hydro Pump. It's probably going to do that. Yep, kills the Grimmsnarl. Thought so. So, I don't like the chances here. This is looking pretty bad. Greninja comes in. Dark Pulses. Do we see a Flinch or do we see a T-Bolt? We see a Thunder Wave, actually. That's even better. Slowing down this fast thingamabob. And then we see a T-Bolt right afterwards. Just in time for Reflect to come down. And now it's just a Colossal versus Anna's entire arsenal. Hydro Pump hits, takes down the Colossal, and that is it. Show team. Wow, I didn't know that was a... I didn't know about this. Wow. So you can just show the Pokepaste in here. Was that put in because the VGCers do the open team sheets or whatever? Hey, Venus! Or is it Venice? I keep saying Venus. We'll go to you now. Let's do it. Yeah, here it is. You versus Iger. The first seed from last season. Alright. This sure is a team. And another one. Maybe Pull? Pull, maybe even Arboliva. Actually, Blaze was here first. Let's just do Blazes since he was here first. And then we'll do Venice, and then we'll continue on. Annihilate's scary. There's a Glamora, too. I'm thinking maybe Glamora. But there's a T-Tar. T-Tar's probably going to lead. So it might be T-Tar Corv. Maybe even Annihilate to get off the Rage Fist boosts. T-Tar Corv. Let's do T-Tar Corv. And go. We see T-Tar, okay. Glim, so I had it, but then I changed my mind. That doesn't count, still just got one. We see Rocks, this thing is definitely Sash. This thing is Sash, yup. And Toxic Debris, okay, getting off them Toxic Spikes, and we don't see any poison types. That being said, there's an Excadrill, and there's no way that thing's not spinning. We see a Mortal Spin to get rid of the rocks, and also poison the Tyranitar, not awful. And then we see the Toxic Spikes. Lots of hazards stacked up on Blaze's team. Full pronunciation is then. I'm reading that later. I can't do it right now. Sub. Knock, okay. I don't know what the game was for subbing, gonna be honest. CM, this thing's gonna get quakes. Yeah. Pretty easy to see that. Yep, there is a Sylveon here. Probably going to try to Moonblast or maybe even Hyper Voice Pixelate. Yep, there's Hyper Voice Pixelate. Just kills the Tyranitar right off the rip. Do we see Drill coming in, threatening an Iron Head? Yep. Could definitely spin too. We see Annihilate coming in. Do we see the Iron Head or do we try to spin? Just try to spin. Very nice on Williams' part. For sure. What did you miss? Some games. EQ. Alright, bulk up. And that's also some Rage Fist adding, or additional boosts. Do we see a rest here? Ooh, are you Resto Chesto? Not entirely. Are you Sleep Talk then? Swords Dance? Do we see the Sleep Talk? Yes. Sleep Talk, bulk up. Okay. So are you bulk up, Rage Fist, and then the other two moves? Watch them get rest here. Yeah. I hate it when that happens, and it always happens to me. So I knew it. Alright, Corv is in. And we have a +4 Armadillo boy. Rapid Spin, getting rid of all of the hazards, and you are +1 speed. Lots of boosts. Iron Head did not want to body press here, I guess. Not sure why. We see a Roost. Probably doesn't have it, and is probably just wanting to get off all of the damage from the helmet, which is very fair. Taunt, so no SDing here. Okay, probably Roosts here, right? I think you have to. Otherwise, Corp's pretty much gone. Then we see an Iron Head. Is there a flinch? Not punished. Not punished. We see Skeletors. Probably gonna get off of the Torch Song, right? Yeah. I wonder if Hex would have been better. Not Hex. Willow. Torch Song again. Sylveon's probably gonna just get all that back with Wish Protect, right? Hyper Voice. Not the best choice, seems like. Elder just bulky. Probably tries the Wish Protect here. Or Psychic? I mean, chip damage is chip damage, I suppose. But now we see, I think that's +4. Annihilate is here. Hopefully you can get the Rage Fist. Hey, alright. 1 down. Or I suppose 3. It's 3 and 3. Lottie here. Do we see a Rest? Do we see a Rage Fist? Do we see a Mist Ball? I mean, I knew Lottie would be faster, but I was just wondering. Our Maliva's in. Terra Fairy, Terra Blast. That's a crit. And special attack drop. That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. I'm not gonna lie. We probably see a Moon Blast here, don't we? Not a Moon Blast, Terra Blast. Or Strength Sap, okay, yep. That actually makes a whole lot more sense. You want to get as much healing off of this Lottie as you can. Harvest and Citrus Berry, pretty good. Women's Lefts, okay, it's a nickname. Terra Blast, oh, this is the Rapid Strike, so yeah, I guess that makes sense. Plus you were -1 special attack, so. Surging Strikes on the Rocky helmet. Strikes is going to take this out, but it's also probably going to take itself out, yeah. A nice little pivot into either Val or Lottie. I'd probably pick... Okay, he picks Lottie. I was wondering if you should have picked a Val. I guess it depends on what Blaze has on it. Calm Mind, probably going to click the Leech Seed here, yep. Could probably just click... No, you don't want to do that because there's Terra Blast. Mist Ball, just getting it down as low as you possibly can. Terra Blast takes it down to 25. Okay, too high up for Citrus. Mist Ball, we're going to get the Citrus here. Do we see a Strength Sap as well? A Terra Blast. Okay, I don't think that's enough HP to take down the Val, unfortunately. I think Val just pops this thing with whatever coverage it has for Fairy. Poison Jab, yep. Alright, very good showing, Blaze. A very nice game to William D as well. Alright, let's see how to pronunciate this guy's name. Venice Canix? Venice? So everybody's been saying your name wrong, huh? It's Venice. Interesting. I'm gonna forget that. I'm gonna forget that right away. As promised, we'll get to Venice's game against Iger. I forgot what I said for leads. I don't even think I got that far. I think I said pull for Iger. Correct. Alright. Super. I think a lead of Hands would be kind of funny. I could also see Claude, but you might also just want to have Claude stay in the back and come in on something to just be tanky and annoying. Maybe Fortress leads, or maybe even Raikou. I'm just gonna say Raikou. It's hard. This one's hard. Raikou Claude, just to name something. Raikou Claude. Fortress. Yeah, I should have known. And Claude, so I got one. I could have gotten both if I wasn't thinking too hard. Iron Hands comes on in, taking nothing from this Earthquake. Absolutely nothing. We see Hydrapple, who's going to take even less from an Earthquake. Counter, very, very good tech there. I brought Counter Fortress myself a couple of times. I think in a Gen 4 league that I was in recently. Semi-recently. There's some rocks up on Venus's side. Venice. I told you I'd forget. Anyway, Earth Power into Grassy Terrain. We see Torn coming in. Do we see a Strength Step? Do we see a Leech Seed? Yep. This thing was born to be annoying. For sure. Pheasantipity. Bleakwind Storm doing a bit of damage. Lowering speed. Okay, that's what this thing was. No, that's what this one does. Okay. We see a Claude coming in, probably trying to take a poison move of sorts. See a U-turn, okay. Into the Pult. Are we going to see some darts coming out? Are we going to see a Willow? We see a Sub. I'm sure EQ destroys a Sub here, doesn't it? No, because of the terrain. I'm a silly boy. Willow misses, okay. Quake, alright, yep, kills the Sub just like I figured outside of terrain. Fortress is here. We're going to go and see a Comfey coming on in here. Not the best switch into Fortress, unfortunately. Torn comes in. Do we see a Volt? We just go on to Pheasantipity, so this thing probably doesn't have Volt switch. Nasty plotting up. What is Venice plotting? U-turn. We see a Toxic Chain. Raikou is here. We're probably going to be clicking. We can't click Quake. Can't do it. There's Hydrapple here. I was thinking Claude, but this works too. Sub. What is with Iger and his substitute? We see a CM, Sub CM, T-Bolt, and other move. What's the other one? We haven't seen it. Some sort of coverage. Arboliva comes on in, trying to get up that terrain. Makes sense. Yeah, this one is... We're going to go to normal on this one, too. Pheasantipity comes in. We see a Fickle Beam doing nothing because it's a fairy type. All the way up to full for both of these guys. We see a U-turn, not getting the Toxic Chain. Arboliva comes in, takes an Earth Power. It's by the numbers here, folks. Fez is here. Fickle Beam does nothing. Just stalling out them Fickle Beams. Claude. Are we going to try to Quake? Are we going to... Probably Poison Jab. I think this thing gets a Gunk Shot, doesn't it? It might see a Gunk. U-turn. We're not going to see a Toxic Chain, obviously. We just get rocks. Rocks on rocks on rocks. Volt doing a lot to the Torn. Too bad you don't have the Regenerator on this guy. See a Hex taking out the Torn. And Iron Hands is here to just live all the attacks. We see Terra Ground. Burn. Ooh, a Lumberry. Very nice. And then you're disabled from the... That's fine. Abilities happen, don't they? Will-O-Wisp. Alright. Do we see a Volt? We might even see a Willow. We see a T-Wave. Okay, I was thinking that might be coming up next too. Cloudsire's here because it can kill the Sub off the rip with EQ. But do you predict? Okay, you don't predict the Arboliva, probably. Yeah, that's a good burn too. So that you don't take out the Sub. And there's the Sub that is gone. Comfey comes in. We're gonna try to triage, Draining Kiss probably. I think Comfey gets a move that goes through sub, doesn't it? CM. Alright. Does not care about the burn, but this Hex is probably gonna hurt. Okay. Gains HP off of the sub. That's interesting. We're probably gonna see a sub from Pult again, unless we see Pheasantipity actually. It's on this in the CM on that too. Okay. What are we cooking? Stored power doing not enough. Moonblast. Okay, so no poison coverage on this Fez. Another CM. Moonblast doing nothing but lowering the special attack stat. Urshifu coming in. This is Urshifu Dark. Are we gonna see a Sucker Punch? The Draining Kiss is just gonna go first. Okay, the Roselli Berry, that's good. Poison Jab not entirely doing it, so now Comfey is just gonna be able to kill this with the Draining Kiss. Except for we see a Pheasantipity coming in. Still doing a chunk because, you're +2. That's still quite a bit. Stored power, yep, is gonna take out this Fez. And then are we gonna see Pult? We're gonna see Arbolive actually. Draining Kiss doing nothing. This thing's probably spit death. Leech Seed makes sense. We see a no, I don't think Iger can switch. I don't think he can. I don't think he should either. CM! Rorida's gonna boost. We're gonna get up to +60 on this guy. I mean, why not? We're clearly not gonna do a ton of damage to it. See a Giga Drain. Makes sense. Yikes. Comfey is almost completely stalled right now. Although the CM is definitely gonna help. Draining Kiss, not a lot. Unless it is a lot for, I don't know. I don't think it is, though. This thing is just not dying. And we're gonna see the terrain come back up. This is just a war of attrition here. I think Venice can afford to CM probably after this Draining Kiss. Absolutely. You can see him right now. Be fine. Yep, there it is. There it is. And now you're going to have to press the Draining Kiss button. Alright. We see him again. We see him again. Do we see another CM? Ooh, it's kind of risky, but I think we do it. Okay. That's fine. Still getting back some HP for sure. Oh, this is CM territory. You're pressing that button right now. You're stored powering. Okay, I guess you don't need I guess you didn't need the extra boost. I mean, that's fair. You're probably just Draining Kiss the rest of the team, don't you? Except for the Fortress. That thing might need a stored power. Okay, Giga Drain actually. Can't sub now. Probably gonna click the Giga Drain again. Yeah, doing a lot to the Fortress because he's +5. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. Urshifu. We're probably gonna just click another draining move, right? Okay, that's a good switch on Iger's part, predicting the stored power. Draining Kiss. Makes sense. Now Comfey just takes it. I mean, this is a stored power for sure. And then Pult just gets kissed, and so does Raikou. At this range, there's no way that a Draining Kiss does not kill it. There's one. And we're gonna see two. Very good game to these two guys. It seemed that Iger was in the lead for quite a bit of it, and then Venice took it back with this annoying piece of shit right here. Very nicely done. We're gonna go, let's see, we got, most of them are midnight games. Chat, is there a specific game you want to see? We got Ditto and Killer Fez. We got Table Guy and Snow. Till the second half of the game. Yeah, it seemed like it. I mean, there's a lot of subs happening. I wasn't expecting that. We got Martin versus Holy Macaroni. And we got Caltech versus... I'm missing a game. I know I'm missing a game. Oh, we got Miming's game for week 1. We'll go ahead and pull that up too. But I was missing Bennett versus Dirty Dan because I know we didn't watch that one. Miming, did we watch your game? No, it's because it just popped up. Alright, we're gonna order it like this. So we're gonna go dusk, midnight, dusk, midnight. Wait. Dusk, midnight, dusk, midnight, dusk, midnight. And then we might pull up one midday battle if we want to see it. So yeah, we're just going to watch your game right now, Miming, against Shepard here. I could see Jirachi, I could see Landorus. Probably Clefable, maybe even Garchomp. Garchomp Lando. Ground type supremacy. Watch me be wrong. Woo! Hey! Yo! We got him! That's the first and last time that's ever gonna happen! Let's go! Alright, we see an Earth Power doing quite a bit into the Garchomp. Dragon Tail, so this thing is more the defensive set with the hazards, okay. Petulant is here, not the best thing that you want to see, because this thing can just Toxic Chain you right now, or just Parting Shot, that's fair. We see the Comfey coming in, another Comfey. Do we see the Draining Kiss? Do we see a CM? Okay, yep, Draining Kiss. Into the Magnezone, not the best. Yep, we got it. Is that Bennett? I think it's Bennett. Welcome. Parting Shot into the Magnezone, very nice. We see an Urshifu Dark, another one of those. And then we Volt Switch, we just swapping around into the Clef. Another swap, okay, we're probably gonna see Petulant coming out. Yep, there it is. We're probably gonna see a Chain. Thunder Wave, not the best thing that you want to see on really any of your Pokemon. Magnezone, yep, pretty. Kind of thought so. Parting Shot into the Urshifu. Are we gonna see a CC? We're gonna see a Wicked Blow actually. Alright. Volt Switch does not take out the Urshifu, but I'm pretty sure whatever comes in is going to do so. Wicked Blow, do we see a it's got that move. Yes, Aqua Step. I couldn't remember if it was Aqua Step or Jet Punch. I knew it was a water move. We got a DD Quaquaval with the light screen up. We're gonna outspeed and see a triple axle. We see a Terra Flying, Rock Slide. Not the best Terra Flying. And that thing's clearly scarfed. So an easy Garchomp, Petulant. Do we see an Earthquake? We see a Magnezone. That's fair. Although if this thing could Hex. A light screen. Okay. Parting Shot. That's a good call. Into the Lando. And this thing could just click the button. Clicks a U-turn, actually. Is this a... No. It's gotta be mixed, right? Because we saw Earth Power? Yeah. We see a Reflect. And then a Volt. And Petrarent is very healthy, aside from Paralysis, which is, I think, very important. Ooh. We get a free Moltres. Terra Dark. U-turn. So now that's super effective. Clefable is here. We see a Parting Shot coming off. Very wild stuff into the Jirachi. Okay. Alright then. Stealth Rock. Okay. See a Thunder Wave. This is probably going to be another game that's just going to normal. Very mad. Ogre Pond, Hearthflame. Do we see... We're probably going to see an SD, aren't we? Ivy Cudgel taking out the Lando. Makes sense. Do we see a Knock, maybe? Okay, no. This is Malignant Chaining, yes. Toxic, and then you're going to get confused. And you probably have to switch. Or you just get knocked out. Petrarent's an annoying little shitter, isn't it? Magnezone hangs on by a thread to get off one last Reflect before it gets knocked out. Clefable's here. Are we going to see a Moonblast? Sure hope not, since we see this thing in. Alluring Voice, actually. Okay. Pretty much the same thing, except for maybe a little bit less damage. So, a nice switch into the Jirachi Thunder Wave. Do we see... Okay, we see a Dragon Tail. Ooh, burn? No, burn. Okay. This thing is Boots. This thing is Boots is all hell. We see a Recover. Okay. Parting Shot. Do we see... I don't even know what I would expect. Okay, Dragon Tail to do a thing with Bob. Light Screen was better. I can agree, considering that these two are very annoying and they're special attackers. The bird here, not very strong, right? Not since the Gale Wings nerf. It's probably more support. And Jirachi seems to be more support too, so yeah, I think Light Screen is probably better. Unless Shep is more Spadef with all of his guys. That's the only thing that could maybe be a reasoning as to why. But I don't know. We see a CM from the Comfey. Into the Jirachi. Probably gonna take the Alluring Voice. Yep. We're gonna see an Iron Head. We see a U-turn actually. Into the Petrarent? Yep. Okay. Moonlight. I think that makes sense. Alluring Voice doing a lot. Parting Shot. I was kind of surprised we didn't see a Malignant Chain, but this thing is probably the Magic Guard, considering it didn't take rocks. Paraflinch. Clef was not Fizz Def. I mean, yep, we just saw that, I think. Iron Head. Talonflame comes in. Heavy Duty Boots. See a Brave Bird coming off. Taking a lot, but I mean, Garchomp is still dead, so that's one more point. Do we see another Brave Bird? Yep, taking out the Clefable. Okay. Now it is Moltres versus the World. And unfortunately, the World has a Fairy type with priority healing moves. That's not going to save you, I don't think. Especially if you miss your attacks. Alright, very good game to both Shepard and Miming. We appreciate you, Shepard, picking up the team, because bro just dipped without saying a word. So we definitely appreciate that. Moving on to the next fight between Ditto and Killer Fez. Unless someone else is in here that they want to see their game. I don't think anybody is. So we'll just go ahead and watch this one. Interesting that Pincurchin is drafted. Honestly, pretty scared when you saw the screens. Yeah, screens are very good. It's very easy to set up when you have some screens in front of you. I love using agility plus screens. It's very nice. What do we want to see leading here? I am probably going to go ahead and say maybe Florida. Cornerstone lead from Killer Fez. Maybe even a Dawn fan. Honestly, I think Cornerstone could probably lead and then just get some damage off of anything. That's what it seems like to me. I mean, Fez has to be able to know what exactly Ditto's going to do. But Cornerstone could lead, could click a button, get maybe not a kill, but at very least half on something, I would think. So probably Cornerstone and Florges. Because I got both right last time, I'm probably going to get 0 right this time. Colossal. Okay, I was thinking about that. And Dawn Fan, so I changed my mind there. See a Terra Fairy. Into the Earthquake. Probably going to see a Willow here. Yep. Good old Martin V-Tran. Classic Colossal. Annihilate comes in. We probably see a switch here, right? No, we just see rocks. That's just fine, too. Are we going to see a Bulk Up? We see a switch to Dawn Fan. Probably going to see maybe a switch to Manaphy? No, we just Willow again. Okay. I don't think you spin here. Yeah, I figured. I was figuring. Probably should have knocked. Manaphy comes in. Do we see the knock? We actually see a Raging Bolt, so it's a very good switch for Fez's part. I do say so myself. We see a Floor just coming in. Doesn't surprise me. A Volt switch. We're going to put this on normal because I see some more pivots. Pivot on pivot on pivot. Colossal's here. We see an Ivy Cudgel doing nothing. Wow. I think I might have hyped up Cornerstone a little bit too much. Martin V. Cole. I didn't even recognize the name there. Like I said, I don't look at him. Dawn Fan is probably going to go down here, yeah. And we see a Grimnay boost. Enamorous Terra Fairies here. Do we see a large Draining Kiss or a large Moonblast? Doesn't take out the Spectrier. Very unfortunate. But it does reset the boost on it, so there's that. See a Raging Bolt. Are we going to try a Thunderclap? Yep, taking out the Spectrier. I mean, I'm fairly sure that was going to happen, but I don't know really what Ditto would be switching into if it was like a T-Bolt or something. Maybe the Colossal, but that's some more chip done to that thing. Honestly, Floor just would have probably been okay. I mean, this thing is especially beefy for sure. But it is what it is. And we see a Wish and a Volt Switch. Into the King Gambit. Are we going to see an Iron Head? Are we going to see a Swords Dance? We do see a Colossal. Iron Head almost taking out the Colossal, but we get the Flame Body. Oof. Not a very good trade-off in my opinion. We see Annihilate coming on in. We're probably going to see... Okay, Pink Urchin actually. I don't know what this thing wants to do. I know it gets hazards. That's all I know. And obviously, E-Terrain. Colossal is here. We see a Bulk Up coming off. We might see a Rage Fist. See another Bulk Up. Okay, this thing might have Terra Blast, though. Willow. Okay, yeah, I think that's that, too. So probably just trying to boost up as much as possibly can, anticipating the Will-O-Wisp. Very fair. I don't think you're going to... Okay, is Ditto going to let them get up to +6? See a Drain Punch. See another Willow. Okay, I'm not sure what's happening here, besides Annihilate is getting chipped. Do you have the rest? Are we going to see another rest? You have Drain Punch, so I'm thinking no. Because if you had the Lum, then you would have popped it. You could have a Chesto. I mean, if you got Rest, you got... Oh, you can't! There's an E-Terrain! Ooh, that's actually good. That is good. Do you see a Chesto? There it is. So this thing is +1 billion. see another Will-O-Wisp. That's, you know. Rage Fist doing quite a bit of damage. And now that Rage Fist is even stronger, we're probably going to see that come off here. Yep, so that's a dead Colossal. Very nice stalling happening there. Trying to make sure that the Annihilate gets low and can't rest. That's very good. Manaphy comes in. This thing is probably going to surf and just destroy this thing. Alluring Voice, that's very fair. This thing's going to just Rage Fist, though, and probably kill. No! Okay. Oh, it's Drain Punch, that's why. I can see why he did that, for sure. Getting back the HP. Needing to do it. Rest. Okay, so we're going to risk the sleep turns. Manaphy Tail Glows. Ooh. Can afford to do it, too. Alright, we are all at plus a billion. Plus a billion trillion. We see an Alluring Voice that takes out the Annihilate. Alright, so the rest of Killer Fez's team is going to get max hazard stacked. I think we're going to see a Thunderclap. Okay, so Ditto saw that coming and clicked the Tail Glow. Very nice. Alluring Voice. I don't know. A guy like me might have just kept clicking Thunderclap. Trying to play a little bit more games with that. Ivy Cudgel. Crit kills. Very nice. I don't know if this thing's Terror or not. See Pincurchin coming in. I don't think this thing gets Earthquake. Ivy Cudgel does quite a bit of damage. Do we see some annoying attack? Scald might get the burn. Yeah. That's very annoying. Ditto's just getting all these burns. All of these burns. These Sneaslers here. We see a seed. Usually we see this thing on a grassy seed, but we see it on a an E-terrain. Acro taking this guy down, because of course it does. Very, very cool. We see a... Yep, it's going to be this guy versus the world. Are we just going to sucker punch over and over again? Close combat? I guess not. That's the game. Good job to Ditto. Great showing in his first midnight match against Fez. Also first midnight match, first LBL match. Very, very cool. We are going to see Bennett versus Dirty Dan. Also somebody who hasn't been in Draft League since about Gen 7. Maybe 8. I think he stopped early Gen 8. Yeah, I think so. Are you still here, Bennett? Might not be. Either way. We're going to go ahead and see a broken team versus some guys, I think. Maybe Terapagos from Bennett's side. And I could let the dog out. Yeah, I think it's going to be Terapagos lead into Daniel. And maybe Crook. Just to get off some knocks, maybe. Some scarf knocks. Hit the slow, and away we go. Ooh, we got the Terapagos. Let's go. And we got the Perobo Pass. Okay. Terra Rock, very interesting. I think there could be better Terras, but you know, Iron Defense into a special attacker, maybe not the best, but it's still taking these attacks pretty well. And Terra Shell obviously going to make the body press do almost nothing, but it's still a lot considering that. I think if it wasn't for Terra Shell, that'd be doing almost everything. Iron Defense, and this thing's probably just going to Scald or maybe even Flip Turn. Super expecting Ghost. Yeah, I completely forgot that Ghost was a Terra type. So that's why I said Fairy in the Dusk chat. Speaking of Earth Power, yep, taking out a pure Rock type. Makes sense. We see a Crook. Do we see the Earthquake? Yep, there it is. Into the annoying fish. I hate this fish so much. Let's ban Alamamola. Get it off of my screen. Sandy Shocks is here. Into the Azumarill. We see an Aqua Jet. Not sure why, but a T-Bolt is going to take out the Azumarill. We see Crook. Alright. Into the Alamamola. We're probably going to see... Okay, a Bulk Up. Alright. Do we see a Gunk Shot or something? Earthquake. Yeah, that does nothing. Flip turning on out. We're going to see probably... Oh, the dog. The dog is in. The dog close combats. And that's a dead Crook. I don't know what we're seeing next. Altaria. I thought this Altaria set was interesting when I first saw it. I don't super understand it. But we see the burn. See the burn. That is something. A D-Dance. A flip turn on out into probably Sandy Shocks, right? Yeah. So you can threaten with the Terra Blast for sure. And there it is. We see the Salic Berry. Alright, Flamethrower. Interesting. Alamamola comes on out. Do we see a Dragon Move of sorts? We see a Dual Wing Beat. Okay. You can just flip turn on this thing for free. Because you're just going to get all that HP back with Regenerator because this fish is dumb. I hate the fish. Dead Altaria. So now it's just Deoxys and Darkrai versus the world. We see Deoxys coming in. Torn. Tough the Torn. We see T-Bolt. What you drinking there, Snowy? Well, Stish. I have in here. Firstly, I see the avatar names. I need to see Zuko, Katara, Toph, Azelf. Maybe the Azelf was Avatar Aang. It is Jim Beam Apple and Ginger Ale in this cup. I think it's okay. It does the job. Anyway, Toph U-turns. Into the Sandy Shocks. Probably just going to click the T-Bolt. This thing's probably going to die to the T-Bolt. Psychic. Volt Switch actually crit. Fake Focus Sash. So this Deoxys can still do something. Which is T-Bolt into a probably Assault Vested Torn. Into the Zamazenta, which is probably just going to body press this poor Darkrai. Or Close Combat. Very nice start for Bennett. It is not over for Daniel just yet. This is just a setback, folks. Just a setback. You can bring it back, I'm sure. Alright, this is Table Guy, our Midnight Champion from last season versus Sound of Snow. Somebody who dominated the games of the week from last season. I'm thinking... maybe Pecharunt? There's a Chiyu, though. I could see a Deancey. I wouldn't be surprised if Deancey was Terra. That seems like a safe start. Snow might lead Slither. Not a fan of Ginger Ale. Solid choice, a nice glass. Thank you. Yeah, Ginger Ale is just something that we have around the house. I'm not very picky. Except for Malort, that thing can stay in the bottle. And if something's too sour, that too. Alright, so I'm gonna lock in on Deancey for Table Guy. Snow? I can see the Ursaluna. Ooh, it's Ursaluna versus Ursaluna. Interesting. Yeah, I'll do Ursaluna. So Blood Moon versus Dancy. Let's see. I really want to say Weezing though, or Slitherwing actually, but I'm gonna go ahead and say Ursaluna. Thundy actually, okay. And Chiyu, all right. Never mind. There's a Dancy. That should count for 25% Flame Charge. Okay, nice Choice Scarf. Ursaluna. That should okay. That's got to count for something. That's a nice participation trophy. We see the racks going up. CM on the Ursaluna. That is very scary. Surf doing quite a bit of damage. We see a Blood Moon. It's not gonna kill it though. No. That is a bulky Blastoise. What do we see from the Ursaluna now? We see Surf. Maybe a Moonlight. Yeah, Moonlight and Blood Moon is pretty... It's pretty solid. Another Moonlight. Alright, you only have 8 of those. So, 6 now. Should probably just switch, right? I mean, Surf. Okay, CM, alright. Snow comes with some wild sets. Yeah. Yeah, he's kind of a character. Jirachi is in. We see a Moonlight, yeah. Figured. I didn't think he'd Earth Power or anything, for sure. Encore. Ooh. Just waste some Moonlight. That's not great. Ursaluna comes in. Do we see a switch to Chiyu? Zama, actually. It's honestly not awful. Ooh. Headshot, actually. Brick Break is interesting. Did Table Guy bring the screens or have somebody with a screener? Toxic is not going to work because it's a steel type. Yep, makes sense. Chiyu is here. Probably gonna click the, ooh. Yeah. Very fun. Very nice. DNC comes in. Do we see a hit or a possible... Yeah. That is annoying. That is so annoying. You almost gotta bring Mono Pitchaberry against these stupid Pitcherins. We see a Baton Pass from the DNC into the Ursaluna. We're probably gonna see maybe a no, can't Headlong because you're Levitate. SD. Ooh. On the CM. Okay. I don't know exactly. Maybe a close combat off of the Ursaluna. Fire Punch. That makes sense too. Probably there for the Zama. Moonblast. Do we see a Moonlight coming off the crest? I mean, Ursaluna went first, so probably not. Sub, actually. The Moonblast didn't kill the Sub. I was expecting it to. Fire Punch. This Ursaluna must be bulky as all hell. Kills the Terrasteel crest. This thing's nuts. Chiyu comes in, taking a bunch of damage. You can definitely afford to just Headlong here if you have it. Fire Punch. I mean, yeah, you can afford to do that too. See Zama. Ursaluna's probably down here. Jirachi, actually. Do see Psychic Fangs. Okay. You have Psychic Fangs and Brick Break on this thing? I don't see the vision. The vision might just be up here, though. I don't know. Ursaluna's in against the Jirachi. It's like interesting. Wish, okay. I think he's got something low, probably. Ooh, actually, the Ursaluna would be a good switch for that. Oh, Blastoise. I mean, that makes more sense. Earth Power, okay. See a Weezing coming on in. Flip turn. I'm gonna put this on normal again. Moose is in. Facade. Okay, yep. Takes out that wheezing. Doesn't care about itself all that much. Is here for a sack. Trying to preserve the 6-0. What kind of monster? Psychic Fangs this thing. Into the Ursaluna. Blood Moon. Do we see... Okay, we see recover. We're probably going to see a Toxic here. Parting Shot, actually. It's very fair because Zama could come out. Blastoise is here. The dedicated switch into the Ursaluna. We're probably going to see a Surf here. Yep. Are you AV, perhaps? You could be. Surf and Flip turn. You see a Jirachi coming on in because of the Moonlight. Alright. Slitherwing comes in. We haven't seen this thing in, I don't think. We've seen it Encore. Yeah, it's very fair. Encore is annoying, isn't it? Petrant comes in. We see a Willow. Alright, we need that Petrant to get some damage. It's very fair. Toxic. And then the Poison Puppeteer comes off. That's so annoying. And Toxic is 100% because it's a Poison type. Nightshade and not Hex. Interesting. Probably because of... I actually don't know why. Maybe there's a calc where the Nightshade's doing more than a Hex on something. Morning Sun. Okay. So we're no longer confused. Nightshade, another Slitherwing again. We see a U-turn. Rocky Helmet. Wow, okay. We're gonna see a Blastoise coming in here. Toxic, actually. Okay. Earth Power takes it. God, if this was pre-Gen 6, this thing would have been dead to that burn. And it's dead to that burn. I mean, Snow had to do something. And then the dedicated switch. We see the Slitherwing here. We see a Flip turn. Lots of pivoting around. The Thundy is here. Is it going to click the electric button? It clicks the Terra Flying button. Okay. I mean, that's a good mid-ground in case the Ursaluna wanted to come in, for sure. Zama gets the Stone Edge, but does not kill the Thundurus. Terra Blast, we see a switch. Yep, figured. Behemoth Bash into the already damaged Ursaluna. That thing goes down. We see this guy coming in. We're probably going to see a Surf. Yep. Okay. I don't think you have enough HP to really handle the Ursaluna. Wow. Was it always... Oh, yeah, because we've only ever seen it have a Calm Mind up. So I was like, oh, that's a lot of damage. Holy. Alright, well, he didn't earn champion status last season for nothing. Very good game for Table Guy and Snow. Martin V. Tran versus Holy Macaroni. The champion from Midday versus... We're actually going to leave that last. This is a battle of champions. We're actually going to go Caltech here versus Jeremy. A new coach versus somebody who was in Dusk last season, I think, on their debut. A little Rain team plus Terra Ogerpon, it looks like. Versus a team of annoying guys, for sure. Hisuian Samurai is here, so it's probably leading. I could see a lead Landorus to intimidate the Samurai. And then there's also Palafin just to get the form, and there's also the Pelipper to get the rain. I mean, for Landorus, if the idea is to get off the Intimidate and then immediately switch to dodge a Razor Fang for, not a Razor Fang, a Razor Shell for the Pelipper, that would make some sense. That would make some sense. I'm gonna go Lando Hisuian Samurai, actually. And then we're gonna immediately switch out of the Lando. Grimmsnarl, okay. And then we see a Palafin. Alright. We see a Thunder Wave. Magic bouncing to the Grimmsnarl. Oh boy. An immediate para. God damn. Nuzzle. I guess he thought that he was gonna switch. That makes sense, I mean. Yeah. Light screen, we see a draining kiss doing nothing about light screen. Do we see another one? Yes, we do. Grimsnarl is getting low. Wow. Oh, that. Oh, and a crit. Oh, why is this dirty? This is so dirty. This is so dirty. Holy. I would hate myself if I was Caltech. Jesus. Ceaseless is doing quite a bit of damage, and because it's off of an attack, the spike is not going to be bounced. We see a Terra Ogerpon, probably just gonna cudgel. Okay, we see a U-turn actually. Which means an Intimidate off of a Salamence will lower its stats. See another Ceaseless, getting up them Spikearoos, but now the rain is up. Another Ceaseless, okay. I don't think this thing gets defog. See a Hurricane actually. Okay, getting down that Samurott, probably wanted to confuse it. Mence is here. Mence is probably special with Hurricane because of the rain. Do we see a Hurricane? Into the Hatterene. Yes, we do! Very cool. I like it. Probably see an Ogerpon. Oh, we actually see Big Dolphin. Big Dolphin's gonna get off some damage. We see Flying, probably trying to Hurricane. Oh, are we Scarf? Oh, you're just Ice Beam. Okay. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Freeze! Yo, Jeremy, what's going on with the hacks, dude? This is wild, insane. Ooh, Boom Burst. And Throat Spray. Nice. We see an Ice Beam. Okay, yeah, this thing's special. Okay. Very cool, actually. I'm a fan. Ursaluna comes in. Do we see a Protect? We probably need to see a Protect, right? Okay, we take it. Into the Ice Punch. Okay. Hopefully we don't see a burn here. That's good. Maybe your AV. We see a Boots. No, it's just... It doesn't need to be Boots. Supercell Slam. I didn't know that Ursaluna got that. Very interesting. Probably going to see an Ogerpon come in. No, we see this thing probably just to take advantage of the rain for the extra 4 turns or whatever. Intimidate Salamence into this thing makes sense. Liquidation's still going to kill it because of how low it is, and it also doesn't resist the water move anymore. Do you see? Yep, I was thinking either this or Golden Go. Liquidation almost takes out the Samurott. Into the Aqua Cutter, taking it to almost dead. Had Caltech been running the Razor Shell, probably it would have killed. Liquidation takes down the Ursaluna. We'll probably see a Golden Go coming in to take a hit from this thing. We actually see Samurott. Do we see a Sucker? We do. Taking down Basque Legion. And I think Ogerpon just runs away with this. It just needs to knock twice. I think. Just needs to... It can just knock here. Yep. Okay, does not a ton. This thing must be defensive. Knocking again, but Golden Go can get off a nice Make It Rain. Thunder Wave, actually better. We're seeing a lot of Thunder Waves. This thing's still gonna have speed though, right? Yeah. I would have probably just clicked the Cudgel. See Lando coming in here. We see a Recover. It's just Earthquake City now. Earth Power, Special Lando. Lots of special attackers that you'd expect to be physical coming from Jeremy. It's really neat. Oh! Got the, did not even get the crit. That's just sharpness. That's just sharpness. Aqua Cutter, yeah, that wouldn't kill. I wouldn't expect it to. Ivy Cudgel. Very good game to Caltech. Very nice win to Jeremy. A 1-0 is still a 1. Remember that, folks. The last game of the stream. We have Holy Macaroni, LBL midday champion of last season, versus Martin Vitran, LBL midnight champion from 2 seasons ago. Let's see what we got cooking here. first look okay? Maybe. Could see a Metagross, maybe. I mean, there's also a Tusk. I don't know if I'd want to lead Metagross into a Tusk. Mandibuzz seems pretty safe. I think we're going to see a Scarm from Martin, though. Birds. Mandibuzz and Scarm. We're going to see the birds. Greninja? That's not a bird. And Mandibuzz. We got one bird. One bird, folks. Ice Beam off the rip. Protean, Ice. Mandibuzz takes it. And we see a U-turn. So this thing is a low. So get up them rocks, and we'll see if you are boots and living. Metagross is here. Do we see a Heavy Slam? Do we see some rocks, maybe? Yeah, rocks. That makes a hell of a lot more sense because it's Skarmory is pretty obvious. Skeledirge into this thing. We probably see some rocks back. Yeah. I would not Torch Song if I were you. What do we see? Do we see a Willow? See a Shadow Ball? I mean, I wouldn't Willow either, considering there's the Cerulege, but Willow would have been kind of okay into Greninja. Chip is Chip. Kyurem is here. We see a U-turn. Bug U-turn, of course. The Protean. And with a Tusk. Are you booster speed? Are you You're not Scarf, okay. What are you? You're just faster. Do you just die to this Ice Beam, though? Freeze Dry, okay. I mean, no more hazards, I suppose, until Metagross comes out. Cerulege, we see Terra Bug, and we're probably going to see a Swords Dance here. See a Bitter Blade, actually. Okay. I get it. Now, Quaquaval. Okay, I was gonna. Oh. Firstly, where are you? Where's the Quaquaval? Secondly, I almost ran into the Flash Fire trap from last time that we saw a Cerulege get hit by a fire move. Silly me. See a Bulk Up, and then we'll probably see a Bitter Blade to get back some HP, right? We actually see a Skarmory coming in. Quaquaval is probably going to... Okay, Triple Axle, are you... Ooh. Nice helmet switches this week, honestly. Nice helmet switches. Quaquaval is now into Mandibuzz, who is confirmed boots into the Cerulege. Probably going to click the Bitter Blade here. Yep. To get back the HP and to kill the Mandibuzz. That makes sense. Do we see Quaquaval coming back in? Do we see Landorus with a rock move? We see Quaquaval, or we don't actually see Quaquaval. Scarm is here. We see a Bulk Up. Okay, are you gonna Terra Fighting close combat maybe? Aqua Step actually taking some Rocky. Do you see a Brave Bird here? Yeah, we do. Quaquaval is now dead. It is 5 to 3. I don't know what I'm talking about. Metagross is here. Do you see a T-Punch? See a Roost, actually. We're predicting the Roost. No, just Stealth Rocks. That's completely fine. It's good mid-ground. Body presses into the Metagross. See a T-Punch. Very nice. Into the Skeledirge. Probably body pressing here, right? No, Roost. Well, why would he body press into the Psychic? I'm silly. Cerulege. Do we see a Hex? See a Shadow Ball. Ooh, not even taking it down the Cerulege. I thought it might. Probably gonna see that again because Bitter Blade's not gonna do much. Fairy. Shadow Claw. Okay, that makes sense. Alluring Voice. Taking down that Cerulege. So now we just wanted to say thank you for all the great work you do. Thanks for putting in the work to help the LBL run smoothly. I really appreciate the advice you gave me pre-season. Best of luck. Thank you, Bennett, for the kind words. I really do try. I'm passionate about Draft League. Sometimes maybe not building, but definitely the administration. It's been fun to do that again. Metagross is in against a Screamtail. We see an Encore not turning out in Martin's favor. You're going to need to get out of here. Scarm is in. Do we see a T-Punch predicting that? Do we see a Skeledirge predicting that? And now Torch Song is more or less free. Screamtail see a torch song. Yep. So this thing, are you alluring voice for the torch song? Psychic noise, actually. Okay, so you can't heal from leftovers. I don't even remember if you have leftovers. Shadow Ball, that makes sense. I sometimes forget that Screamtail is a psychic type because of the Jigglypuff stuff. Protect into the torch song, that makes sense. Probably getting some lefties, yep, for sure. See a psychic noise, no more healing for the Skeletor this turn as well. We're just going to see a Shadow Ball, I'm sure. Torch song, actually. That makes more sense. Getting up as many boosts as you possibly can. See a protect. Do we see another torch song? We do. Alright. I would predict another psychic noise here. Yep. I'm probably going to see a torch song. Yep. So Screamtail's now dead. Skeletor is at +3, but is also at 24 health. And Greninja's here. Probably just going to click an Ice Beam, so it's probably going to kill the Skeletors. Yeah. Metagross seems fine here. But then Skarm's going to come in. Do we see a T-Punch? Yes, we do. But this thing is Helmet, so you're going to do half of that back to you, unfortunately. Lando comes in. Do we see a Brave Bird? Do we see a Switch? We see a Roost. I mean, that makes sense. I don't know why I'm thinking offense, offense, offense. Gravity for the Lando. So now this thing can get Earth powered. Do we see a Bramble Switch? Yes, we do. Earth power. Okay, still does quite a bit. The Bramble, actually. Sludge Wave. I would have probably just went Sludge Wave off the rip, honestly, after the Gravity. Predicting the Bramble, but Landorus is gone now from the Power Whip. Metagross is here. Skarmory comes in. Do we see an EQ? T-Punch. Okay, EQ would have been a mad bring, especially with this Gravity. Body Press just kills the Metagross. And Martin V-Tran shows why he is still Midnight. Well, that is all that we have for the LBL watch-throughs for week 1. I will bring in some more midday fights next week, for sure. I will have a video of my week 1 going up at some point. I just gotta record it and do all the other fun stuff to it. But thank you all so much for coming out to the stream. I was honestly nervous about streaming for the first time, but this was a very, very fun experience, and I can't wait to keep doing this all the way up until the finals of the LBL. You as well, Bennett. Everyone press the like button if you haven't already, especially if you want these streams to keep going. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. I want to get up to 200 subs, and with your help, I can get there. Hit that bell so that you know when it is I am streaming. Of course, there's also the Discord which I'm going to be doing every week.